So just begin by taking some nice deep breaths from way down to way up, and just inhale a piece of the realm and exhale any worries. And with each breath you take, as I count from 1 to 3, just feel that come up in you just for a few moments. And 1, that feeling begins to come up. 2, 3. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. Count of 1, you'll be back to scene, situation, or event that has everything to do with when this feeling first began. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Let the scene unfold and expand. Is it dark or light?
Dark.
Inside or outside?
Out.
Notice your hands. Your hands will tell you how old you are. How old are you?
20s.
What color's your skin?
Brown.
Soft or calloused?
Soft.
Notice your clothing now. Get a sense of how it feels, how it looks.
Cotton dress. It's a breeze.
Just let the scene gently unfold and expand. Get a sense of what you're doing in the scene you find yourself in and how you feel emotionally.
Get a sense of pressure around my neck, just below my neck, around the collarbones.
Like a videotape, I want you to rewind the tape to 10 minutes before, 30 minutes before. Rewind the tape to before you felt the pressure on your neck.
Beach.
Beach.
Fire. Like a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Arguing.
Yes, sir.
With my husband. I'm back in the Caribbean. I believe it's Sabina from the last time.
Mm-hmm. Are there others there?
I think there was, but not now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to snap my fingers to know what year it is. What year is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
The number 14 comes in, but not sure what that relates to.
Okay. Just get a sense now of how this unfolds. The arguing, is this new or old?
Feels old.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're rehashing something that we've argued about before.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm yelling at him.
About?
Not sure. Trying to get a sense of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you keep? And I can't finish the sentence.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been together? And get a sense of that.
I think we grew up knowing each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was around our teenage years that we actually started having feelings for each other.
It's not my figure. You don't know his first name. What's his first name?
Starts with an S.
Second letter?
T-O-M-E-R, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Stoner?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stoner. What color is his skin?
Brown.
Have you always lived on the island in the Caribbean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we grew up there in the same village.
What is the name of your village?
I don't know if it has a name.
Okay. Do you know the name of the island of your territory?
I believe it's Barbados, somewhere in that area.
So you're yelling at him on the beach with the bonfire.
Yeah, just can't seem to pull out what it is. Says, why do you keep? Why do you keep?
So it's an old argument.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
He starts getting more enraged, frustrated. He doesn't want to approach the subject, wants to avoid it. I actually feel like I'm the one hitting him out of frustration and anger and sadness, probably. I think he goes with other women.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been together?
I think we've been married 4 years. But longer, we've been together as a couple longer than that.
Right. You can float above the scene and look down without emotion if you need to. Gently move time forward. Find your answers. What happens next?
I just feel so angry towards him. A sense of what did I do to deserve this? Why couldn't you love me enough? I'm feeling some restriction in my neck, throat area.
If you were able to see the scene, what would you see?
He's trying to stop me from hitting him. I want to say my rage turns into his rage. And things get out of hand, and that's when he strangles me, trying to get me to stop.
If you were to watch this from above, looking down with that emotion, what happens to your body as he strangles you?
Starts to go limp. It's almost at peace with it in the sense of I don't have to feel angry anymore.
As it goes limp, do you fall to the ground?
Not until he realizes what happened. And then kind of guides me to the ground.
Describe the ground to me.
Sandy beach. Sand feels cool.
Notice your head.
I just feel limp like a rag doll. I do feel some sensation in my forehead, just off to the center to the right. Almost like either I was hit with something, I have that sense that there was an impact of some sort.
If you were able to rewind the tape just a few moments and feel it as a movie, notice what happens.
I think my head hits his. And that's when he tries to stop me and gets angry. It's like we feed off of each other's anger.
Notice everything you feel you need to notice to help you heal, to help you understand.
The realization of, I thought, after experiencing the last one, that I was a victim, and I wasn't. I was a participant.
Notice anything else in your body, whether it's your head or other parts of your body that are affected before you pass.
I feel nothing.
Find yourself floating above your body, looking down.
Feels like a peaceful release, actually.
What is he doing?
He's trying to revive me. Feel a slight headache. Interesting. Almost to the left side of my head and to the back a little bit.
And just find yourself floating higher and higher. And as you float higher, your body feels calm serene. Any pain from your physical body remains back on the earth plane.
Hey, there's something going on with the left side of my head.
Okay.
There's energy over there for whatever reason. Not sure what that indicates, but
I'd like you to
I
just
can feel it.
reach in to your spirit body and pull that feeling on the left side of your head out. Just pull it out. Tell me how big it is, what color it is, size.
It's black. Maybe a little smaller than like the size of what you would see a brain.
Mm-hmm.
Word anger. Angry, anger. I think it's at myself.
What would you like to say to anger?
Serves no purpose. Has no place.
I'm going to tap you on your shoulder in your anger. Anger. What is it? What is your purpose?
I don't know, it just liquefies and just runs through my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Almost the acknowledgement of it was all I needed to let it go.
Yes, beautiful. Just notice now as it just slips through your fingers.
The headache is gone.
Now a beautiful, bright, healing light comes to you. And it goes in to that part of your head where the anger once resided, filling it with this beautiful, powerful, healing light. Forgiveness. Notice how that feels.
Good. I feel like all this time I've blamed him.
I'd like you to see yourself in a full-length mirror now. Yeah. And that image of you reaches out and takes your hands. Just telling you it's okay now. It's okay. Feel a lot better. It's long time.
I need to tell him I'm sorry.
Let's bring him forward now. His higher self comes to you now. What would you like to tell him?
I'm sorry that I held him responsible. And we were both part of it. It was never one-sided. And we both need to take responsibility.
I was so hurt. Underneath the anger was all of this hurt.
Hurt and pain.
Yeah.
You couldn't love me the way I needed to be loved.
I see my part in this now.
I see my part. I own it. And I let it go.
He's come to help you today. What does he say back to you?
He's sorry too that he couldn't be who I needed him to be then. That he's hopeful that if we find each other again, he can be that person.
Mm-hmm. If these words feel good to you, just take his hands and say, I forgive you and I set you free.
I forgive you. And I set you free.
By setting you free, I set myself free.
By setting you free, I set myself free.
Now I'd like you to see the higher self of how you looked in that lifetime. She comes to you now. Just take her hands. What do you want to say to her?
This house is clean.
I understand now, and I forgive you.
I understand. And I forgive you.
I love you, and I set you free.
And I set you free.
How does that
Good.
feel? Is there anything else you need to say to him or to yourself?
No.
Beautiful. Now any negativity from that lifetime goes into the light for healing, bringing forward only the positive, that which will help you the most. And now a wise and loving being comes to you. In this place you find yourself. Take any form whatsoever. Feel the love, the support, as this being comes to you now.
Well, first it was Father Time, that I've had in the past, like Grizzly Adams. But it slowly evolved into my dad.
Mm. Just let those tears come out. Feel the love. Dad has something he'd like to tell you.
Even on this side, I love and support you.
Just feel the love. I'd like to ask your guide, whether it's your dad or father time or both, if there are any other lifetimes you need to look at that have to do with your ability to smell.
I get the answer not at this time.
Okay.
I have a sense there is, but not yet.
Okay. So wrap your arms around your dad. Thank him for coming. When you're ready, find yourself floating back to the garden where your body's been resting, recuperating, and rejuvenating, bringing back all of the healing, all of the wisdom. Every day and every way, you feel better and better. Every day and every way, you feel better and better. And information may come to you as well. If these words feel good to you, just take them in. Know that you are loved and you are lovable. Your life has a purpose. And you're worthy of all the beautiful things you desire. Now find your way back to the ancient steps. In a moment of the count from 1 to 5, count to 5 and up to 4, eyes open, feeling grateful in every way. 1, as you begin to walk up the steps, feel the energy slowly and easily and gently coming into your body. 2, 3, 4. Now we have been in my office. Bring back all of the healing, all of the knowledge. And 5, eyes open, feeling great, moving forward every way.
It's good.
Have you had headaches in this life in that area?
Not really. I'm not a headache person.
Yeah, so that was an issue.
Except the left side of my neck and shoulder have been tight lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of that's probably due to things I do, like cross stitch, things like that. But
Maybe the things were starting to come up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was slowly coming to the surface.
So we did go back to the same lifetime. So there was more information to get, and that was that you felt you were partially responsible as well, and you may have carried that guilt, so to speak, forward, and why you want to make it balanced
Yes.
for healing in this life.
Yes.
Um,
And at one point, as I was ascending up, I could smell like a campfire.
oh,
And it's still kind of lingering
yeah.
through all of this.
So I was wanting to find out if, I never asked you when you fell out of the tree, what part of your head you hit.
I don't really remember hitting my head.
Uh-huh.
I remember landing like right on my tailbone and then like falling backwards.
Yeah.
So I don't, because I couldn't walk right afterwards, so they had to carry me into the house.
Yeah.
So it was more trauma to the lower spine.
Okay.
But I just remember a sense of like, okay, just breathe, that sense of not being able to breathe.
Good.
Almost a panic feeling.
Yeah. So I thought if you did hit your head, I wasn't sure. I wanted to see if there was something from that lifetime that might have.
And what was interesting was, I'm trying to think of when in the regression. Like when I started feeling the sensation here, and then it was like almost from the third eye, but then slightly over where I started feeling like pressure, not like severe or anything, but just a sensation there, and then it shifted over to the left side. When I realized, I think, as we got into what was really going on. So I think that was just, that connection of maybe hitting his head or face.
Yeah.
And then that went away, and then I could feel the left side.
Yeah. So. Excellent work. That was a lot. Okay, so let's see how this unfolds for you and how it helps you in more ways than just smelling, I think.
Yeah, because I think, I definitely feel like in this lifetime, and I think a lot of us do, is, we take that victim role and that victim status, and over the past probably 10 plus years, I've been really trying to not do that, and take that full responsibility, and it's kind of been almost not a mantra, but just that people need to start taking responsibility. It's been a key issue. People need to take responsibility for themselves, and that kind of gives me insight as to why, because I didn't do that before, and I think somewhere I knew that, and
So that's interesting and always a surprise when it turns out we're actually angry at ourselves. When you're saying you didn't do this, you've got one going this way and three coming back at yourself. So very good. I think this is going to help you in a lot of different ways.
Yes.
So good.